What's going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and I don't know if you read my Facebook post, my Instagram post that I had put up. It's kind of deep. It's talking a little bit about my personal story and the struggles that I've gone through life and how I've overcome them and how we really have to keep on always moving forward. And it's not easy being, I think, especially a personality for a living, because you got to put on a show to put on a show sometimes, and it's never that easy. It's never that easy when we are not feeling in our best energy, our mind's not in the right place, our soul's not in the right place, our emotions aren't in the right place, and there it is, it's showtime, and you gotta be on the money. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you are a personality. This could just be in every aspect of every job or every career, or even if you're not even working. You know, you gotta go to the family party and you might not be in the right mindset and you gotta go there. Life is not perfect, and perfect timing really is only divine timing. And even though we don't see it as an individual, and we might not be ready to put on a show, or we might not be ready for the big show, it's not easy putting on the show to go to the show, if that makes sense. It's not. And I put up a whole post about this on social media, and I wanted to talk and do a quick video about this because I think it's so important. And even I go through it. Sure, you know, I've got to be the most inspiring astrologer in the universe. That's my whole slogan, right? And it's not that simple. There's some days where I am like, man, I am not feeling inspired. I'm not feeling happy. I'm not feeling good. And I got to be up there and woo! Welcome to your inspirational astrology horoscope. I'm your host, TJ Astrology. You know, it's like, wow. You know, it's like, ooh, it's not that simple. But what keeps it going is a dedication to a belief, or a dedication to a commitment to some sort of, you know, path even. But for me, what keeps me going is my dedication to God, my dedication to spirituality, but more importantly, my dedication to selfless service, that comes first, to help people first. And even when I'm feeling like there is no way I'm going to make it through this today, there's no way that, you know, or you know, I battle with anxiety and panic disorder, so it's like, man, there's like this thing, like something bad's gonna happen, or I'm gonna have a seizure at the party, or I'm not gonna be able to figure things out right, or something's gonna be amiss. It's like, oh man, how am I gonna get through this? And it never happens. It never happens. If your mind can think it up, it's probably not going to happen, because the things that happen to us in life are usually the things that we don't think about too much. You know, when you're going through life, it just happens. I mean, you imagine when you're driving a car on the freeway, you're not going to be able to predict that it's going to be a white, you know, Escalade that's going to cut you off today. There's no way to predict that. And so I think that there's a part of, you know, inside of yourself when it comes to having to step up to whether you have to go to a family situation, or whether you have to go to any sort of event, or even just maybe you just got to go down the street to talk to your neighbor, or maybe you just are dealing with yourself and you just don't even want to put on a show for yourself. You know, you still got to feed the cat, you still got to, you know, walk the dog. There's a part that you have to find, that part inside of you that is dedicated to, you know, achieving wherever you got to go, or achieving what you need. And I think that that is so important. And having a broader perspective and a broader, you know, horizon in your belief structure and the things that you look at in your life, I think that is so paramount and so important. And I wanted to make this video because online I put up, you know, I've been dealing with a lot of haters and people not happy about the way that I do astrology, or some people even write me to say just crazy stuff. I don't even want to go into it, you know, because I'm not going to feed it. But that doesn't stop me from still having to move forward and present myself. I mean, even Donald Trump, whether I agree with his opinions or not, which I'm not going to say because that'll just bring up a whole, and I'm sure people are wondering what I think about that, but you know, that guy's got to deal with it too, and he's going to have to step up. He said what he said, and he's going to have to keep going at whatever he's doing. And in all of our lives, we just have to keep moving forward. There's no other thing that we can do in our life is is move forward. And I believe that having a good team of friends or somebody that you can call, but I think more importantly, it's deeper inside of yourself of having that commitment and trusting in yourself that it's going to be okay. That if you're thinking of something negative that's going to happen, I guarantee you it's not, because your mind's probably a very strong thinker, and it probably is trying to think of the outcomes, and it's almost trying to protect yourself in a way. But the mind brings up issues or solutions, but it brings up things that might actually not become true or not real. And I'm not a big believer that our thoughts create reality, because the truth is if I think about some guy coming to shoot me with an AK-47 through this door right now, that's actually not going to happen. So I'm not a huge believer in the whole secret and your thoughts create reality, because I forgot the amount of thoughts that we have in a day. I wish somebody would put the statistic down below, but there are millions of thoughts a day. And do you think they all come true? No. Now, positive thoughts are what come true. And I feel that because there's life behind positive energy. There's life behind positive thoughts. And then it's not easy, though. I think that there are actually multiple different levels of thoughts. And I feel that it's thoughts combined with emotion, combined with spiritual alignment is what true manifesting is. And actually, it is also behind divine timing. That's the exact truth. So when you start believing into your thoughts create reality, without all those other things behind it, that's not true. Because those crazy thoughts that you have about having maybe like for me, I have thoughts because I have a panic disorder, oh, I'm gonna have a panic attack if I go there. Like, I go there and it doesn't happen. So, for me, it's like there's those back layers that you need to see that have to push a thought to truth and to reality. It's not that easy to manifest reality, especially off a thought. It's much easier to manifest a reality when you have all those other things behind you. So those are the things that you need to watch so you don't have a negative thing manifest in your life, is a negative thought behind a negative emotion, behind, especially making sure that you're paying attention to the spiritual clock, the astrology, and what's going on, and knowing that this is a time where to switch your perception and to switch your thoughts into a positive place, and how to understand it and handle it better. So I hope that helps as well. Kind of an all over the place video, but I really wanted to say that you're not alone out there when it comes to having to put on a show to go to the show. And how much better is it when we are able to go to the show and we want to put on a show and we want to be part of the show? I think that that's something that we all have in ourselves to work on, and we all have to find a way in ourselves to get to that place and to not be frustrated if you have to keep putting on a show until you're ready to show up to the show and just be the show instead of putting a show to be a show. I don't, that might sound all confusing, but it is what it is. And I've done over 1,300 videos on YouTube, and I've done 1,300 videos on my app this year. And sure, there's some days where I put on a show, but I still am able to be a channel to the conduit. But most of the time I'm happy for what I do, and I love doing this. But yeah, there's those days when, geez, it's the last thing that I want to do. Actually, right before I did this video, I was sitting on the couch back here at Leo King Studios, and I was like, well, maybe I should just drive home. I'm not going to do any videos today. I'm just gonna go home right now. But you know what? I showed up, I'm here, and I did it. So thanks for all the support. I appreciate you following me on Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. If you haven't, make sure you reach out to me. You can find me. David Lawrence Palmer is my main Facebook, actually. Not just the Leo King, that's just the like page. And I'm not too into like pages. You can't do much with them. It's much more interactive and cool on the normal Facebook pages. David Lawrence Palmer. Twitter at the Leo Kingdom, and Instagram at the Leo Kingdom, where I'm always posting stuff all the time, posting things. I always post like inspirational videos or pictures of astrology and so forth. And of course, get my app if you want to get my daily horoscopes every day. Videos like this every day delivered to you, and I do all 12 signs, and I also do tarot readings. So check it all out at the Apple or Android store. Thank you so much for all the support. I truly appreciate it, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I will see you on my next video. guys.